They hunt. Lead them to hunt, bro. 60 minutes this time. You understand? Finish this, man. They gonna follow your lead. They gonna follow your lead, right? We're strong individually, but together we'll tell Pacific. Pull them together, bro.
Can you imagine? That man is standing behind you with a gold jacket on, one of the best to ever do it, and you're about to go take the field and try to play with the strength that he is speaking into your ear. That is Ray Lewis talking to our friend of the show, linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, Roquan Smith. What's going on, Roquan?
Let's go, Roquan!
Get in here!
Let's go, Roquan! Yeah!
You look great, bud. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely. We love when you come on. Got to ask you this, though. There's Ray Lewis in the tunnel. You guys must have such a cool friendship, and what you're putting on the field, he must be so proud of. What's the most important thing that Ray Lewis has told you in all of your interactions about the game of football?
Yeah, so much respect for Ray Lewis. And I would just say, at the end of the day, just be yourself. That's the main thing that he says. Be yourself. Not trying to be anything that you're not, and just instill fear and play the game to the last whistle. And if there's another whistle, continue to go and make sure you let your opponents know after they finish playing you that, hey, they know who they've played.
Roquan, how do you instill fear? How do you do that on the field?
I feel like you instill fear on the field by first and foremost knowing what to do and knowing what possibly could come out of certain situations. And then when the ball is in an individual's hand, making that individual pay and hitting that person as hard as you can within the rules.
Within the rules, that's the important part. Go ahead, Kyle.
You did it all day, Roquan, because I want you to get comfortable right now. I'm going to read you the stats you had last week as the AFC's Defensive Player of the Week. 15 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. You took a fumble to the house, a partridge, a pear tree, across the board. You did it all. Dude, was that the best game you've ever played? Was it up there?
I would definitely say that game is probably one of them as far as statistic-wise, one of the best games that I've played. But I'll have to look back in the archives for sure, because some of the games you tend to forget over the time. But, yeah, man, it was definitely a pretty sweet game. It was awesome being able to get the dub at home, and it was awesome. And I'm excited about more opportunities to come.
One of those highlights, Roquan, was that scoop and score. Reading through some of this, you said that you probably were just sprinting down the field, tapping back into your running back days. Take me through that as you see the ball sort of rolling through you and you just bust a move to the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great play by T-Rob, number 95, being able to get the ball out. And then when I seen the ball, I always run to the ball, and I was like, oh, it's a free gift on the ground. Let me pick it up and go and make sure no one catch me. And that's what I did. I hit her gear for like the first 10, 15. Then I realized I looked up at the Jumbotron and realized nobody was close by. So I said I can cool off of it a little bit.
Bro, it's good to see you, brother. It's really good to see you, my man. It's good to see you doing a lot of great things. Now, I want people to get a better picture of you because I know you very well. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to tell me in roll words what you would do. You have an opportunity to get a pick, or you have an opportunity to deliver a message and get a hit. Which one is Roquan Smith taking?
Oh, man, I have to go with the pick, man. I would love a big hit, but that turnover is different. That turnover is different, man. And I got the ball back in Lamar's hands. Hey, that's a good day.
Oh, the ultimate
That's an older road. That's an older Roquan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guys that don't touch the football very often, you tell them you get a chance to touch the football. They want to touch the football. There's no doubt about that. Roquan, that week 1 game against Buffalo, so much went into that physically, emotionally. How did you guys reset and get ready for week 2, knowing that it's a 17-game season? One game, as big as it was, doesn't define you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, one game definitely doesn't define you, and we know we did not play to our standard in that Buffalo game, and we knew that wasn't what we wanted to put out there on film. Played 3 quarters, but didn't finish in the 4th quarter, and just know how much that hurt. But the great thing about it is that, hey, all weaknesses were revealed throughout week 1. You would rather that right then as opposed to later in the year, and I feel like it just added more fuel to our fire, and knowing that we can't let our foot off the pedal at all until there's no life left in our opponent.
What a quote. That's a linebacker right there.
Yeah,
that's why Roquan is Roquan. It's an incredible quote. But Roquan, we're looking at the schedule. Week 8, you play the Chicago Bears. And for those of us who have followed your career since 2018, I'm so interested in your reflections, your time there, your departure from there, and the fact that since you left there, they've really struggled to get it together.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a tremendous amount of respect for the city of Chicago, a great place. I felt like where I grew into a man there, they drafted me, so always extremely grateful for that. But I'm definitely very excited for when that week do come to just show exactly who I am as a player. And I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity. Excited for the players over there, and yeah, hopefully they can get things rolling over there. But hey, that's their job to figure out, not mine. And I'll just be excited for the opportunity when we do get to play them. I'll make sure I'm ready.
Okay, Ro. People don't know this, but I finished my career in Chicago, and I knew a young Roquan Smith. Roquan, you know, I've been in the league for some years now, brother. What's the growth been like for you since the day that I met you over there for Chicago to now? What's the growth like been for you as a player, as a person, as a leader? What's that look like for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, man, got a tremendous amount of respect for you as well. Still remember those days. And, yeah, so I would definitely say it's something where I've learned as a player, just like how the game works on the field, as well as the business side of things. And then just being yourself, regardless of the situation that you're in, the circumstances, just always being yourself day in and day out, and appreciating the good people that you come across in the locker rooms, like yourself and many others I've come across, and cherish those relationships because you know how much they actually mean to you.
Roquan, no matter where you've been, whether it's been in college, Chicago, and now Baltimore, the fans feel so invested in you because you take on the identity of the place, the building, and the jersey that you wear. And that goes beyond the field for you. So you're involved now in something called Call to Action. Can you explain this to us?
Yeah, absolutely. Call to Action, I think that's a great initiative to where it's like just having an impact in the communities. And like I feel as a player, if you're only a great player and don't do much in the community, I don't feel like you really uphold your end of the bargain. So I feel like it's something that's dear to my heart, being able to have an impact in the community, be amongst the kids, putting a smile on their faces, some less privileged individuals, just being there for them in a sense, and just like understanding that football is not forever, but the way you make someone feel, those impacts can last forever. So that's just something that's dear to me, and I care about it a lot.
I can tell, and it's cool that you do. And Call to Action is probably the best name of anything like that I've ever heard. It is absolutely perfect, and it's a great cause. You guys absolutely nailed it. Roquan, another guy who checks all those boxes on the field, in the community, is your quarterback, Lamar. Lamar is at this point now where everyone respects him, everyone loves him, and yet he carries around this burden of he has to deliver a Super Bowl. He's got to get the big one. He's got to bring it home. And every time he goes, answers any questions, it's about that. What is that like for him? How do you think he deals with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine how he deals with it. But from my opinion, I know that no one wants to win a Super Bowl, probably outside of myself and him, more than him. Like that guy puts in the work on the daily. Great dude, if anyone ever gets to know him. Very humble, down to earth. Got a tremendous amount of respect for him, the way he works, the way he leads this team day in and day out. And, hey, I know with time, we definitely will hoist our Lombardi, and that's the plan, and we got to take it one game at a time. But I just know that guy and know how he thinks and his goals and motives. So I'm excited for the world to continue to see who he is as a person and as well as a player.
Roquan, if someone was a new fan to the NFL and they would say, what's a great defense historically look like? I would say, look no further than a Baltimore Ravens defense. Year in and year out, it just has the definition and the tenacity that you'd want on the field, and you've always been a part of that. You are 28 years young, but your coordinator on defense is 33, Zach Orr. He's young, he's talented, and he's got a crazy story when it comes to football. What's this Zach Orr defense like, and how do you feel like it connects to the history that a Ravens defense has?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Z.O., as we call him. Who he is as a person, what he stands for. The guy never budges on anything despite some adversity. He's faced adversity throughout his life, throughout his football life, and that reflects in the way he called as well, and not so worried about like the outside noise, but more so worried about the individuals that's in the room. And I know what he instilled in us is a bunch of relentless dudes who's going to instill fear, play in and play out into our opponent, and never take one play off, one snap off, and willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. If that takes 65 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever the case may be, we're willing to do that and willing to put it on the line for each other every single snap and let the other team know after they played us, hey, I don't want to play those guys again.
Feels like you didn't blink when you gave that answer, Roquan. That's an answer for a defense. Roquan Smith, everybody. Man, we hope you stay healthy. We wish you well. We talk to you again, all right? Good luck to the Baltimore Ravens.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.